person who clicked on this video. I wanted to actually make a first video something different, but here we are. I was actually wanting to do a series where I was going through all of my, old drawings and make that happen, but now we're just gonna stick with this. I got some new paints from my father for Christmas, and I'm gonna be painting this beautiful sketch that I have over here. I actually wanted to do it live, but you cannot do that unless you have a lot of subscribers, and on Instagram they actually took it down that you can also do it live. If you also don't have enough, subscribers or viewers, and that is kind of a bummer because I actually really wanted to make a live about this painting, but I digress. Having a video will also be quite nice, I suppose. This is my first time ever using acrylic gouache for a painting, and we're just gonna, wing it, I guess. By the way, welcome to my channel. I am CreativeVivi, and you can call me Vivi. I don't know actually how dark this color is, so might as well use a backside of the same paper from another sketch I have so that I can see what type of color I'm gonna be putting on the paper. Not that it's a bit too dark. This will be a bit too dark. Oh, you cannot see my palettes over there. But yeah, I want to just put a light color through the entire piece so that I have some type of color on the paper. Let me actually use more water so that the entire piece has some color on it. I usually actually never tape down my paintings, but let's try something new. But yeah, I was very excited to work on this piece. I actually was waiting throughout the entire week so that I can be able to go back and be able to finish the sketch. And I was actually very excited to paint with those paints. I actually saw a different YouTuber using these, and because they're a friend of Cosmic Spectrum, I actually, got to their channel and was able to see a bit of their videos, and I really like them. So yeah, sadly I don't know their name right now currently because I just want to paint real quick. I wasn't really thinking I'm gonna be talking much through this, but I just wanted to make a video of me painting this. I actually have to see about how long this is gonna be. I actually wanted to make 20-minute videos, like I said, of my old art because I have quite the collection. I actually wanted to talk about them and make comments about them, but I digress. So this is a drawing actually of Princess Luna from My Little Pony. I really enjoyed her design, and I decided I was going to make a little drawing of her back in the day. It wasn't actually that much of an old painting, and I was very happy about it. And I got very much, inspired by it again lately, and I wanted to go ahead and redraw it because, my art style has changed since then, and yeah, I just wanted to see how it's gonna go. To be honest, I'm not going to edit the video. That's why I actually wanted to make it live. I am not that experienced. I just wanted to put out a very fast video. And you know, enjoy making art. But currently, with how the world is, you know, kind of going downhill, there's not a lot of, you know, things you can do to access, you know, sharing your art except from a form of a video. I do have a few paintbrushes here. I'm actually kind of overwhelmed which one to use. You know, people when they make videos, they kind of already edit them out, and you don't have to wait for them to blow on the painting so that they can be able to continue. I do remember I had a lot of dark blue on here, but also white as well, so I need to be a bit careful about that. I wanted to make the knife actually rainbow, because I do know that Luna was hit by her sister and the gems that she had, the powerful ones, and I wanted to represent that as that. Let's see. Maybe I can start off with her skin tone. I did wanted to start off with a skin tone. Let's put some blues, I guess, on the palette and see where that takes us. I actually want to try to use my paints in much more of a smaller place in the palette. Actually, what I did is, oh, I need to do a full ass like light color through the entire page. Oh, let me just, you know, mess up the entire palette and not really think about it. Let's see what those colors are actually on paper. Ooh. I usually really love the Persian blue. It is very nice. I really like it because it's so dark and pigmented, but also it doesn't look like it's that light. I guess if it's a dark blue that makes sense, but I really like how deep that looks. I guess let's go for it. Damn, those paints are very pigmented. I know that those are gouache paints and you're not really supposed to use them as watercolors. Well, you can do whatever you want. But I actually wanted more of a acrylic type of base for my painting. But I'm also a bit scared of the paints. Not that I put down a color I don't really like. And then I don't really know what to do. Well, I know what to do now because, you know, you can put down paints and then you can put something on top of it. That's why acrylic paints actually, but like I said, I'm a bit rusty. I haven't done this in a while. I don't know if you can actually see the sketch that well. That's a lot. I actually really like that blue. I actually really like this blue. I did get a bigger palette set, like the colors themselves. I was thinking like maybe I should get less colors, but I didn't want it to mix that much. I actually do not want to make her this blue. I did want to put some white in her face, stuff like that. I'll have to see about it. But for now, it's mostly getting the paints on the paper. Try to blend this in. So far, that looks good enough. I was actually thinking of giving her like a blush here, but also make this a bit darker. So let me actually use this dark color. Wow. I should not have put it this much color on the palette. Like I did only this little like bulb on there and it's already a lot. Yeah, you can see how dark that is. Actually, I should use more of a, yeah, the light paint on top of the dark to cover that up. I don't want that.